Guys, where do we draw the line? Happy Sunday. Got all my reptile friends here. I got my Rotty the Rottweiler. I got my little mini anaconda here. I got a frickin' South African black mamba around my neck. Where do we draw the line? I mean, what can you and what can you not take with you on that pet ride, right? And is it worth it? $3 to $5. I ask you seriously, is it worth the $3 to $5 to maybe have a critter like this, right? Uberman Tampa in the house, say hello. To Uberman Tampa. So got all my reptile friends, my furry friends coming along for the ride. Hey guys, you can travel along for $3 to $5 now. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about that little critter? That's cool. I'm telling you something. There's one animal I'm afraid of, which is the snake. I am shit scared. I don't care what type of snake it is, how big it is, how small it is. When I see a snake, it's not a good thing. And I've had a couple of bad experiences in South Africa as a kid with snakes. So petrified. I'll swim with sharks. I'll carry tarantulas and spiders. Nothing of that phases me. But this, if somebody gets in the car with this, I'm like, dude, you're driving. I'll just sit here by the side of the road. Return my car when you're ready, right? Just return my car when you're ready. If you get into the vehicle with one of these critters, right, or a black mamba, one of the 3 most venomous snakes in the world, right? Hell no. Sorry, guys. I'm as you can see, listen, I love animals. I love animals. I grew up with animals. My mom still runs a safari lodge in South Africa called Chitwa Chitwa. That's who I grew up with all the critters, with all the animals, rhinos, elephants, lions, giraffes, but never ever did I think I would have them in the car, right? But here's the cool thing. I can opt out. You can opt out, right? And truly, as much as I love animals and hate snakes, of course, I will not be driving animals, period, because there is nothing worse in the world than cat urine or dog urine. I think cat urine is probably still the worst, right? If somebody throws up in your car, it will not leave the nauseating stench as cat piss. So Uber says it's completely up to you, right? You can decide who you take along, which pet. Is it a cat? Is it a dog? They don't really care. The bottom line is they want to satisfy the rider, right, at every expense. So because another competitor, Spot On, and this thing's freaking wiggly. Can't even keep it in my hand. I've got to hold it tight. Because Uber has a competitor called Spot On, immediately a week later, they probably saw that rideshare company that allows pets in New York as a threat, as a potential future threat, and they open up the platform to animals, to pets in 11 cities. And I'm going to read you the 11 cities just now. So I'm not a big fan of this idea. And don't get me wrong, I love these creatures, don't like these critters, don't like these characters. If anybody gets into my car with a snake, it's game over. Here's my keys, here's my car, you're welcome, drive. I'll wait right here. Who do we have in the house? Wiccan time. Snakes, no, that's it. No snakes for me. Alicia, how are you? She's going to opt out. I'm going to opt out. And I'm not opting out because I don't love these guys. I opt out because I do not want to take the risk of a cat or a dog pissing in my car. To get that smell out is probably far harder than somebody vomiting in your car, right? Especially cat piss. Has anybody ever smelled cat piss? No, thank you, right? And again, where do we draw the lines? Does somebody get in with a baby crocodile, with a guinea pig, with a hamster, with a rat, with a mouse? with a Great Dane, with a Chihuahua, with a rattlesnake, with a mamba, with a python, with a boa. Where do we draw the line, folks? We love you guys. We truly, truly love you guys. But you cannot always come along for the ride. Who do we have in? Sam is opting out. Who else is opting out? Tony Slaughter in the house. Tom Young. Uber now owes UK 1.5 billion in taxes. Bad for Uber. Very bad for Uber. How do you get out of that? How do you get out of, you can't just opt out, right, out of paying $1.5 billion taxes to the UK. You can't opt out. They owe that money. We can, thank God, opt out when it comes to these critters. Horrible things. But, I mean, if this Rottweiler came along, I guess I would say yes, but I have it, I got to decide, do I completely opt out or do I opt in? If I'm opting in, I'm allowing anything to come in my car, because pets is a very, very open, broad topic, right? It could be any type of pet. And again, like I said, I'm repeating myself here for the 300th time. Somebody gets in the car with one of these critters or a black mamba. By the way, let me give you some facts on a black mamba. This thing here, this is a baby one, right? But in full speed, when this thing is moving, it can reach the speed of a galloping racehorse. A horse running at the Kentucky Derby. This thing can reach up to 45 miles an hour. This is the most aggressive snake, the mamba. I know it. I've killed a few in my time, shot them out of the tree, and none of our workers would come to the safari lodge and work if they knew there was a mamba close by. None of them, right? They're so very superstitious on this animal. This year is one of the most feared animals on the African continent. Why? Because it's extremely aggressive. It's even known, even if an elephant walks by, it'll lunge itself at the elephant. It does not like vibrations. If it's a cow, it'll lunge itself at the cow. If it's a human, it'll go for the human. A mamba is the most aggressive and dangerous snake. The only mamba I like is the mamba alligator wrap that I wrap my cars with, and Kobe Bryant's company's mamba. Otherwise, take a hike, mamba. These things, these critters here, these I'll say, okay, you can come with. Yeah, animal urine or feces would not be fun to clean up. And again, I mean, if a cat or a dog pissed in your car, I'm sorry to make this so disgusting here, would we get a cleanup fee, right? How do we prove it at the end of the day? Right? How do you prove that? Oh, there's a picture of urine. It could be spilled water, right? The difference between spilled water and cat urine is a very, very different thing. But on a photo camera, you're uploading it. You can't tell the difference. If somebody throws up, at least they can see, it's a real picture or it's not a real picture. What else do we have here? Come, Mile High, Cat Mom. I'll not subject my automobile to a wear and tear. They can perpetuate when I make a claim. But you're a cat mom. You obviously like cats, right? But so you'll say no. Am I hearing you correct, Mile High Cat Mom, that you will say no to somebody that gets in your car with a cat, right? Is that true? So the big $25 cleanup fee, yeah, that's massive. You can't do anything with $25. By the time you've cleaned up the mess, you've already lost double, $50 on downtime, right? Because you can't just clean up, find a place, clean up, hopefully you have the cleaning materials on you that is to the carpet cleaner, etc. Even if you do that, if you manage to do that within 1 hour, it'll still be wet and it'll still stink the whole day. You are losing money at that point. That $25 does not even come close. And how did they bring those fees down from once upon a time $150 down to $25 cleanup fee? It's very, very simple. They, the riders, the passengers complained, right? The passengers complained, right? I'm gonna take these guys off here because I tell you something. My girlfriend is about to walk in, and if she sees me with snakes, she'll probably jump. So I better hide these critters, right? And then again, cats. What do you do with them? You have a cat in the car. This guy, okay, I understand. But cats, I don't know. Really, that's the big question. So, this little guy here, what is that? A French? No, I don't know. I don't know what type of animal that is. But here it says Uber's experimenting with a new feature that aims to reduce cancellations as a result of customers bringing a pet along for the ride, dubbed Uber Pet. The new feature will be available in select cities starting October the 16th. That's just around the corner, folks. October the 16th is literally just days away, 3 days away. 72 hours. In 72 hours' time, people will be getting into cars where drivers have opted in to take pets, right? And for that extra $3 to $5, truly, is it worth the wear and tear? Is it worth all the hair in your car? I mean, we love pets, right? But is it worth the cleanup, the time that you spend cleaning up? And then my guess is several people that same day that will be traveling without pets, and they see cat fur or dog fur, hairs all around the car, they'll hit you for a 4 or 5 star rating. So I don't think that Uber thought this through. I really don't think they thought this through, right? I'm a fairly practical dude, right? And if I envision the bigger picture of a passenger sitting in the back of the car, and there's just white dog hairs or Great Dane hairs or Rottweiler hairs all around, and there's just the slightest smell of dog or cat, this passenger is going to say, oh, maybe this is a guy. He'll ask him, oh, are you one of the guys that allows pets in your car? Oh, I'm not happy about that, right? Because people, will think this way or that way about pets. And if they don't like the smell, if they don't like the look of it, there you go. You're going to get the minimal rating, right? So are you now jeopardizing your ratings because you're accepting pets, because you're desperate for that $3 to $5? I would say no to pets. And I'm not saying no to pets because I love pets. I love animals, but I say no to pets in the car. Whether you have cloth, whether you have vinyl, whether you have leather, forget it. The big picture is you're going to be replacing those seats, those carpets somewhere down the line. And God forbid one of these animals pisses in your car. It's game over. You're going to lose so much downtime. You're going to lose so much time just trying to get that stench out of the car. So they say it used to be that bringing a dog or cat in an Uber was unpredictable. We just did not know if this would happen, right? Uber recommended customers contact their drivers before bringing pets in the car. But it's likely that many people didn't follow this advice. Surprise pets are among the many complaints that you'll hear from Uber drivers. And that's true, right? Somebody surprises you, hey, I got to take my dog along for the ride. Now, if this dog is for special needs purposes, you have to, by law, you have to take that animal along for the ride. Now you can opt in or opt out on pets. And I truly wonder if people will opt in and maybe opt out a week later because they can see their cars being destroyed. It says your drivers have allergies or don't want to deal with shedding or cleanup. I mean, if you're suffering from allergies from pets, forget about it, right? I would opt out immediately. As a result, oftentimes the ride would be canceled. Uber wants to reduce that friction with this new feature. Folks, I don't think this feature is well thought through, right? April M, pets should be in a cage only. I would add to that, pets should be in a cage only when traveling for short distances. I don't think pets should permanently be in a cage. So I want clarification on that one. How about a horse or a little Shetland pony or a donkey? Push him into that XL or SUV vehicle. That's why I ordered an SUV vehicle so I can take my little miniature Shetland pony along for the ride. This guy, buddy, I would truly, truly, truly love to take you along. A big dog lover. When it comes to cats, I only like the big ones. The lions, tigers, the cheetahs, the leopards, the bobcats, California mountain lions, but I'm not a big fan of the small cats. Siamese cats, Persian cats, not a big fan. Right, my kids have some, but not the biggest fan yet. Now it says, now riders can select Uber Pet. Woohoo! in 11 cities. Among the list of options before selecting a ride, a surcharge of $3 to $5 will be included in the upfront pricing when the option is selected in the app. How much, firstly, how much of that $3 to $5 goes your way? Or does Uber or maybe Lyft down the line take a portion of that $3 to $5? Is it truly, truly worth it, right? Is it worth it? Firstly, I told you, for me, it's absolutely not worth it if somebody gets into the car with one of these critters. Not happening. I get out the car, here's my keys, you're more than welcome. Pick me up later. This here, absolute no-no, right? Now, folks, I don't know how I feel about this, right? As much as I love pets, I would not take them with for the ride. Maybe if they had a little cat, whatever those cat carriers, or a little dog carrier, maybe then. But you're running a massive, massive, massive risk here, right? You could literally be out of earnings for a day or two if one of these dogs cat decides to piss in your car. Sorry to say that. It's just how it is. Meanwhile, drivers who don't feel like shepherding creatures of the four-legged variety, right, or no legs at all, right, can opt out in the preference section of the driver app. What do they have a preference? Maybe it can be like settings. Take tarantulas along. I'll take guinea pigs, hamsters along, rats, mice, snakes, dogs, but no cats. I mean, do you have options? I don't know. Tell me. It says their preference selection. If, however, they choose to welcome those pets as passengers, pets has such a broad definition, right? Pets doesn't just keep it down to dogs. Pets is a very, very, very wide open topic. If, however, they choose to welcome those pets as passengers, they will be guaranteed to receive a significant portion. Hang on, let's get this right here. They will be guaranteed to receive a significant portion of the surcharge on top of their standard trip earnings. So if the surcharge is $3 to $5, right? Are you telling us you're getting like $2.75 or $4 of the $5? Uber should not earn a single cent out of that. Anyone that's opting into this should collect 100% of the pet surcharge fees. Don't you agree? Right? Sean Quinn says, I'm not doing rideshare no more. I've seen too many ugly accidents unfold right before me. All I can say for all you drivers out there is, with all of you, be safe. And thank you. And we respect your decision, Sean. We do. Right? Ram, jam, ram. I would take a pet if it's for an emergency. I like that. I like that. Right? It's an emergency. Let's say we're going to run a scenario here, and this is a very likely scenario. And I'm with Ram, jam, ram on this one, right? I have opted out of Uber Pets, so I think I'm not getting any Uber Pets. But a lady gets into the car and says, "I got it. My dog is fading in front of me. My Chihuahua is dying. It's whatever, it's going into convulsions or whatever it is. I need to get to the vet." If I can see that with my own two eyes, I think it's our duty to try and save that pet and get them there, even if you've opted out, right? I wouldn't just leave the woman there with her pet and let's say that pet dies in her arms. I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm just running worst case scenario by you. So in that case, I agree with Ram Jam Ram. Yeah, David Hunt, wouldn't you agree 100% of the fee? I mean, anyone who has the courage to get in to drive someone with a critter like this, right? Hey, Laura. I've just coming here. I'm live, and I want to show you. So this my girlfriend, I just calling her. She's coming close. She's going to get a fright of her life right now. So I'm doing a video of Uber Pet, right? And this is a real python, by the way. See it move?
Yeah.
And then see it move, and then I have I have a real fake black mamba from Africa here. So we're just saying, hey, if people got in the car with these critters, this is Uber Pet, right? So you can opt in and opt out of Pet. People get into the car. I'm not driving this guy. And would you?
No.
So she agrees with me. She would absolutely not. But however, I did find a fun little furry toy that I gave to my girlfriend's daughter, and I used to call him Rotty. If this guy came along, I might consider, right? Wouldn't you?
Aww,
like, he is so fluffy and sweet. I mean, he's massive. Will he shed hairs in my car? Will he piss in my car? I don't know. So the question is, do you opt in and opt out? For the $3 to $5, that's the whole argument here. Uber wants to pay drivers $3 to $5 if you opt in transporting pets. If you do the math, folks, and they say that they're going to take that the majority of the surcharge goes to you, even if 80 or 90% goes to you, is it still worth that $2.50 or $4 or $4.50? Is it worth it? Not in the long run, when you have to replace expensive Cadillac Escalade seats, Mercedes seats, Toyota hybrid seats, cloth seats, Chevy seats. Is it worth it? No, I'm sorry. It's just not worth it. April says no dogs if they're not in a cage. I'll agree with you on that. Mike Skill, all the money is ours. Show us the money, Uber. I mean, come on, a surcharge of $10 should be the minimum, right? Seriously? I mean, you're traveling across town. You got to get, you're going out. You do not want to leave your animal with you. You're flying out. You're delivering your cat or your dog to one of your friends who's going to take care of your dog for the weekend. You're driving all the way across town for an hour. This, my friends, is the minimum. Is the absolute minimum. There, I put it there. That's the starting point. Come on. And I think the surge charge should also be determined on time. Is the dog in the car 15, 30, or 60 minutes? If the cat or the dog's in the vehicle for 30 to 60 minutes, let me tell you something. There's a high probability this cat or dog is going to piss or shit in your car. I'm giving you the facts, right? Giving you the facts. If you're traveling across town in LA for an hour and you have a cat or a dog on board, maybe if you've opted in, you should say to the owner, hey, should we take a little break? Or do you want to walk the dog for 3 seconds and let him do his business out there before we continue? Because this is a long ride. We're going to be driving to Burbank or to LAX or to John Wayne Airport, and we're in for an hour 30. I think at the halfway mark, we should give your doggy a little break. How do you feel about that? Yeah. And Sandy Man says, there should be, add to it a piss or shit fee for $150. Come on, man. That's only fair. Mark Roughton in the house. Say hello to my furry friends. These are great dogs. Rottweiler. And like I say, these guys, absolutely no. Not totally against cats, but if this thing pisses in your car, game over. Not happening, right? If this gets into my car, hell no. Here's my keys, you drive the car. Hell no to snakes, especially if it's a black mamba, right? The most venomous. This is easy for me to do this right now, right? Because this is 100% pure rubber, right? Very easy for me to get all brave and look like, hey, look, Torsten Rideshare professor's got a rattlesnake and a mamba around his back. Whoa, tough guy. No. I would not be the tough guy if these two were real. Ain't happening. Sandy Man says, smell forever. That furry cat friend of yours takes a piss in your car. UFUCKED, my friend. You ain't getting that smell out of your car. Not happening. Not happening. Hello, Hilo. Mark Roughton. Hilo is Hilo, Hawaii. I know Hilo, Hawaii. Is that hello or Hilo? Damn, Uberman Tampa goes total savage here. He says, listen to Uberman Tampa. He goes, you piss in my car, I am rubbing your nose in it. Does that go for a human as well? If somebody tries to get piss or a dump in your car, Uberman Tampa going savage. Game over. Paw scratches my tints. Say it's paw scratches my tint, says Uber girl Paula in the house. Guys, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Liberty Mirth in the house. You know, these guys shed quite a lot, Rottweilers, Alsatians, but like, where do you draw the line? Great Danes, Chihuahuas, Poodles, Labradoodles, Dachshunds, Greyhounds. Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Do you recommend Uber Eats? I like being a self-contractor. Oof. You know, what I would do, somebody brought up Uber Eats here. What I would do is I would sign up for DoorDash, Postmates, and Uber Eats. Listen to me, folks. Just anybody wants to make quick money, right? I would then go and collect the bonus, and the bonus, the sign-on bonus. Just do the minimum trips, collect, right? And then decide, do the numbers. Where did I make the most money? People are telling me that Uber Eats is not the place where you make the real money. Maybe it's DoorDash, maybe it's Postmates, maybe it's Grubhub. Uberman Tampa, yes, a human. A lot of people are very allergic to animal hair. If you're a driver and you have any allergies to animals, you might as well just opt out right away, right there and then, right? So, service animals, however, we know that, right? Service animals, however, are exempt. And I know some people that have contacted me that have been deactivated because they just did not accept a service animal. And right there and then, obviously, that individual complained, by law, you have to, and that driver was deactivated. It's really, really, really hard to get back in with Uber or Lyft if you denied an individual with a service animal. So my advice to you is, even if you opt out of Uber Pets, never, ever deny a service animal, right? Or a human, man or woman, bringing a service animal along. It'll get you deactivated. So Kenneth Holek says, Uber is crazy, getting desperate, opting out. So you're opting out. Cool. We know that. That's good. I have a dog blanket in my trunk. Everyone has an emotional support dog, but no papers, full of shit. Right? Yeah. Show us the papers. Show us your papers that say that you can come along here, furry friend. Show us your papers, right? That you can be used as a service dog. Your owner should show us, you hear me? Your owner needs to show us that he has documents to show that you are a service animal. Do you agree? See? Totally. Mike Skill, never stop. Never stop, never stop. Who do we have in the house? Any newbies? Any newcomers to the game of Liberty Mirth? Have a great day. Gotta go. Gotta go make money. Okay, so service animals, however, are exempt, which is in accordance with state and federal law. It is federal law. You break that federal law, you out. You deactivated, right? Or that service animals are allowed to ride at all times at no extra cost. Uber Pet will be available now. Now I ask you, right? Now I ask you, who of the people watching right now is in Austin, Texas, in Denver, in Nashville, in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Philadelphia, Philly, Phoenix, Arizona, and Tampa Bay, Florida. Who of you, anyone in the house that falls into those cities? Guess what? On October the 16th, you have a choice. You have a choice. I opt out or I take pets. Very open, right? Very, very open topic. Pets. Could be mambas, could be little mini boas. Meow. All these guys. You have a choice. Jason Ferris, Liberty, you can't. All they have to do is lie and say it's for panic attacks. Correct. I mean, they could just literally lie to you. And are you going to take a chance and think, oh, I could be breaking federal law if I don't allow this person that doesn't have the papers with me, but say, hey, I have panic attacks when I don't have my dog along. I'm literally forced to take the dog along. So people can really spin shit if they wanted to get their cat or the dog into the car, right? They could get you into the car very easily. This little Rottweiler here, if they said, hey, I have panic attacks, I don't have my papers right now, but he's a service dog and he needs to come along. You think you're going to take a risk at that moment and jeopardize your entire rideshare future because the guy could be or could not be lying? No, you're not going to take a chance. You're going to take this guy along for the ride, right? You can't even ask to see papers. That's horseshit. Can I see your papers? You're not even allowed to ask that. That, my friends, is horseshit. I'm sorry. You know, you can lie to me and I can't ask for proof. You can lie straight to my face. Hey, I have panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I got to take my doggy with for the ride. Do you have papers? Hey, by law, you may not ask me that question. You may not ask me that question. Right. So Jason Ferris, you're right. So will we soon have donkey shit in our car? Will we have Shetland pony shit in our car? Will we have a donkey in our car? I mean, where do we draw the line? Right? I know when I draw the line. Nobody can come to me and say, hey, I have to take my service snake with me because my service snake prevents anxiety or panic attacks. Show me your papers for your rattlesnake. Ain't happening, folks. Roberto 45 in the house. I'm not okay with my own dog in my car, let alone with someone else's. Hey, good argument. I respect that, Roberto. I mean, I love animals, but do we take our animals, what were cars designed for, right? For animal transport or human transport, right? Rideshare 411 in the house. He says, what's up? A lot of fires going on here where I am. There's a fire out in Port Orange being put out. There's a fire out in Newbury Park being put out. There's a massive fire out in Saddle Ridge still burning. Yesterday we went to Six Flags for the haunted Fright Fest. It was all smoky out there, so looked like Simi Valley, Santa Clarita areas were burning. I mean, it's fire season again. We've got to keep these guys safe in fire season. You can't have these guys outside there. Maybe you have to take them in or your garage or whatever. I mean, would you subject this guy to all that toxic smoke, right? Would you do that? Got a baby bear for emotional support. Yeah, Sam. Emotional support animals aren't covered by the ADA law. That's deep, my friend. I don't know if we're going to say, hey, are you covered by the ADA law? I just don't know. This is a crazy one. October the 16th. And I want feedback from those 11 cities. I really would like feedback from those cities, right? On October the 16th. Anyone that can bring me a screenshot that they've opted, you know what, I will send $20 to anyone who can bring me a screenshot that says, hey, on October 16th in that city, I opted in, and here's my first surcharge that I earned for transporting, and then you have to specify. Was it a snake? Was it a guinea pig? Was it a mouse? Was it a Rottweiler? You can bring me that evidence, right? You don't have to bring me evidence, a photo of the animal, just the screenshot. Hey, I earned a surcharge. I will send you that in the mail so I can make a cool video. I want to see how much of those $3 to $5. I'm curious, right? Because I'm opting out. I'm never going to see that surcharge. I want to see someone in those cities that is opting in that can show me proof. Hey, they said $3 to $5, but in actuality, it was $1.50 or it was $3. We never know, right? With Dara K at the steering wheel, right? Do we know what we're going to get with Dara K at the steering wheel? No, 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 we don't know. You see, there we go. Fun topic. Hey, I have a question for you. Do you think Dara K should stay or go? Bye-bye. Go. Leave now. Ronald Reinhardt. I've always accepted animals. If they're going to pay me extra to do it, I'll take it. Hey, cool. We have someone, Ronald. Take my hat off to Ronald. He's going to accept pets. And he's going to, because he loves pets, obviously. Good for him. I do too. And I want to speak to Ronald in 6 months. I want to have another conversation with you and between myself and Ronald. I'll have you live on air here in a live stream, Ronald, if you can show that you've done 6 months of Uber Pet. How's that? And you deserve something, like a dash cam or something, right? So Ronald is all in. He's doing it. I respect that. And I want to hear feedback from him. So here's a little back and forth between Jason Ferris and Uberman Tampa. Anxiety pets or stroke or seizure pets are service animals. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Ronald, you're the best. He is. I think Ronald is wonderful for doing that. I just don't want to pay Ronald's cleanup fees, and I don't want to pay Ronald's cloth, leather, or vinyl replacement fees. That's all, right? But otherwise, all the respect in the world for Ronald. Ronald, my question to you is, would you take one of these critters along for the ride? This thing's freaking strangling me. Would you take a black mamba along for the ride? Take one of these along for the ride? Where does Kenneth draw the line? Will Kenneth take you along for the ride? Yeah, he's happy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyways, I think it's a fun topic. Awesome. I will, Ronald. You listen, we don't have to make it 6 months. Ronald, if you do Uber Pet for 2 months, you and I on the phone, you get all the freedom in the world, Ronald, to tell the channel your experience after 60 days of Uber Pet, because you're one of the only people in here that's going to opt in. And I want to dedicate that entire live stream to Ronald. If Ronald says, hey, I can show and prove I signed up on October the 16th in this market. I have done 60 days of Uber Pet. You're my guest. Do you need to have a crate to transport a dog? Okay, you just opened up an interesting one. Let's say I go to Petco or PetSmart. I decide, hey, you know what? I could need that extra $5. And because of the fact, like Ronald, I decide to accept pets. I go out and make an investment at PetSmart or Petco, and I buy a decent sized crate that I put in. Along comes the lady with a cat, the guy with the dog, and I say, hey, by the way, yes, I do accept pets, but they have to be in this little crate that I've brought along here, right? That's fair, right? Your dog goes in my crates. I just want to go make sure it doesn't piss on my floor or scratch my seats. I bought this crate specifically for animals. This is big enough to accommodate your animal. It's in my trunk. You can have it right next to you. I'll take it out. Are you okay with it? The rider says, are you crazy? My pet ain't going in any crate. then you're not going in my car. Adios, muchachos, right? So where do you draw the line? But I like the idea. I really do. Ronald Reinhardt, I'm in the LA market. I'll even go to you to be on your live stream. Dude, you're a legend. I will do it here, side by side. Rideshare Professor Reinhardt talking to the people, he's going to show us on his phone a couple of screenshots. Hey, I've done this for 60 days. I'm in LA. I'm in a driver. My name is Ronald Reinhardt. Here's my experience with Uber Pet. Right, my friend, not only do you have a live stream, but you have a dash cam waiting for yourself. I'll give you a cool dash cam. I have so many dash cams that I give away periodically. So yeah, Ronald, I appreciate it. It'll make a great, great video. I'm sure my buddy here would love to participate. And again, where do we draw the line, right? Ain't taking those. All right, let's see, my friends. So we don't really have to go much further. I think we've discussed everything. We've discussed the cities. We've discussed opting in. We've discussed opting out. Majority of the $3 to $5 should be going your way. Who does it? Who doesn't it? What markets is it in? Where do we draw the line? What type of pets are allowed? Should we have our own little pet crate, PetSmart or Petco crate in the back, waiting for that guy to get in the car? What if my pet crate is too small for that big dog? What if it's a Great Dane? What if it's a Rottweiler? We just don't know, right? The story is yet to be written on Uber Pet, right? I am sure you could publish a book for pet lovers. Here, I'll give you a great business idea, folks. Ronald does Uber Pet for 2 years, and he writes a book. And that book, I will guarantee you, Petco, PetSmart will take it up in their line, and they will sell it nationwide, countrywide, and you can sell that. And you can sell that book on Amazon, right? Life as an Uber pet driver, right? So you're appealing to all the animal lovers. You can take pictures of the animals that have been in your car, the rats, the mice, the guinea pigs, the Shetland ponies, the big dogs, the small cats, the bobcats, everything, right? You write a book about Mark Roughton loves my idea. It's yours, Mark. You own it. You write a book about the Uber pet driver. 730 days. Geez, it took me a long time to work that out. 365 plus 365. Shame on you, Torsten, for taking so long to work that out. You'd be so fast at math. 730 days of Uber Pet written by a pet lover. You write a book about all your stories, little cute pictures of this guy, Tommy the Chihuahua, Fluffy the kitten, Zimba the Siamese cat in my car. You get all these little pictures. You make a cool little book, storybook, talking about your experiences, talk about which dog shat in your car, which cat pissed in your car. I mean, that book is a New York bestseller. Jason Hong says, no. Telling you, you'll have a lot of fun. You want to be in that book, buddy? You want to be in that book? That's the bark at it was way too low. Fun topic, Laura. Girlfriend must think, who is that kook that I'm living with, making all these animal sounds in my house here? Who is that guy? It's your crazy boyfriend. Cat, what do you think? Cat sleeping, dude. How about to bring him into the show? Sleeping, that's what cats do all day long. Ooh, I like this, Jason Ferris. What happens if the animal attacks the driver? The greyhound in the back lunges out. This guy decides, I don't like this driver. What happens when that happens? Good question. What happens if they vomit? We've covered that already. You're getting probably $25. What happens if an animal is killed or injured during a ride? Whoa, these are heavy questions, but valid questions by Jason Ferris, right? Valid questions. What happens if, what happens if, what happens if? What happens if an animal attacks a driver? I think you got a pretty decent lawsuit against Uber. Number two, what happens if they vomit or shit piss in your car? Take a lot of pictures and hope for the best that you're going to get $25, right? Number three, what happens if an animal is killed or injured during a ride? Make sure you have a good insurance because they might be coming after you because they'll find every excuse in the book to say why you, the driver, killed Fluffy, their cat, or Jack, the Jack Russell. Evil driver. My dog died on the trip. He didn't have his windows open. He had no ventilation. My Jack Russell died. Awful story. Makes headlines. Where does it begin? Where does it end? Roberto, 45. Uber is simply throwing another wrench in the mix after the AB5 bill. Yeah. Oh my God, Jason Ferris is full of what ifs today. Jason Ferris, the what if man. He says, why is it not going? Where's Jason Ferris, the what if man? What happens if an animal tears a big ass hole in your seat? Pictures. Somebody's going to replace that seat. I would insist that Uber or Lyft or the passenger buys me a brand new seat. What about loss of earnings? Is Uber going to cover the $1,000 car seat? In arbitration or lawsuit, they would have to. But will they cover all the loss of earnings while I'm driving around, trying to get another seat installed, installation fees, downtime, loss of earnings? What do you say? Do not ever, ever bite the driver's seat. You got it? He agrees. Jason Ferris, now that's not a what happens, that is happening. Starts a new rideshare company and we can start making money. I love it, Jason. That's what we're about. Scheduling trips, right? Working ways to bypass all this AB5 craziness and that. Just show us a platform that can make money. Show us a platform that lines us up with good passengers, right? That is what I want to be remembered for. One of the many things I want to be remembered for, right? Not just that. Rocky D, Uber refers you to the insurance company if damage is over $250, and good luck with a third party. Hey, I don't think it's going to be difficult in small claims court to win that one. Seriously, even if they try to shift blame, you just attach all of those defendants. You attach the passenger's name, you attach the rideshare company's name, and that's it. Let them fight it out. You want to get paid. So judge can decide who pays your fees, right? But I would say you're going to get paid. Even that worst case scenario that Jason Ferris said, this guy just starts going total ape shit on you or total ape shit on your seat and causes a lot of damage because he totally spins out of control. This guy has never been in a car. He feels claustrophobic and he wants out. And he's tons of damage. You'd win that hands down. Victor Braverman in the house. Jerry, an all-weather floor mat in the case the dog goes, the cat goes and stays, and then, all-weather doormat. In your car. Whoa! Jason Ferris is getting mega creative today. He says, make an extra $3 to have a miniature horse, which I call a Shetland pony, take a giant wet shit in your car. Dude, your imagination is running wild on a Sunday, Jason. What if this happens? What if we could write a book of what happened during Uber Pet, right? I think that's a great book. You want to make money in 1 or 2 years' time? Take pictures of animals that have gone on your journey with you, from these guys to these guys to these guys. You write a book and take pictures of all the critters, animals, reptiles, birds, rodents, everyone that's been on a trip with you. New York bestseller, my friends. Life as an Uber pet driver. 730 days of animals, critters, reptiles, and birds. Make sure you sign a deal with Petco or PetSmart, distribution throughout all those stores. You're making money. I like it. Jason's already working on his book. I love it. All right, I'm out of here. I don't want to overkill this topic. I think we truly have covered everything in under 1 hour. That was my goal. I got a lot of great contributions. I got a lot of great questions from the house. I appreciate April M. I appreciate Rocky D. Appreciate Uberman Temper, Jason Ferris, Sean Quinn, Victor, all of you. Sage, late coming to the, you said that SoftBank and the Saudis would pressure Uber to fire Dara. When will that happen? No, that's what I predict, right? And I think that really hinges on the third quarter on earnings, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, did you just see what walked in? Come.
No.
No. Come, just look at this. This is my hot date for the day. Look at this pretty lady. This is my hot date. Mwah. I get to go out with her later. Woo! Damn. This guy's even getting excited. Nash Brooklyn. Jesus. This guy's getting excited. We are going to go and watch. What are we watching? The Joker. It's no joke, folks. We are watching the Joker together. Before the Joker, we're going to hit a margarita. Nice, big, stiff margarita to calm our nerves so I don't have to watch the movie like this. Be nice and relaxed, sitting in the seat. Laura usually smuggles wine into the movie house. That's how corrupt she is, right? That's my girlfriend. She smuggles wine into the movie house, right? So there we are having a pre-margarita, and then we're drinking wine during the Joker. Should be fun, right? We will. Morph77, appreciate you guys. Much love from the Rideshare Professor. I hope you had a great week. I hope next week is even better. May Monday, midnight tonight, come start off incredibly for you, right? Again, hope this week was great. Spend it with your loved ones. Put some quality time in there. Please take care of your health. Go for a walk, do some stretches, drink a lot of water, folks. 8 bottles of water a day, right? Do something for your health so that next week is rocking for you, right? May the sun shine. May you make money. And we'll keep it coming. We'll keep it real, right? So from my whole furry pet family here, from the critters, from the reptiles, from the cats, we love you all, and we will see you soon. Ram Jam Ram, was wonderful having you. Love you guys. Thank you. Have an amazing week.